Hello and welcome to the Countdown Black Holiday Game Playing Extravaganza. Today we're going to be looking at A Legend of Zelda for the NES.
The Legend of Zelda is a classic. I mean, it's old, it's bad. Released first in 1986, The Legend of Zelda was designed in conjunction with and to contrast to Super Mario Bros. And the two games now express well the two design philosophies. Super Mario Bros. Being a 2D linear platformer and Legend of Zelda being a non-linear top-down adventure game. Furthermore, Super Mario Bros. Is a great game that's held up amazingly well today, whereas Zelda 1 is... well... So the game starts out and you can move around in 4 directions, which brings me to my first complaint: not enough directions. I mean, it seems like you're playing a bit of classic Final Fantasy or Pokemon at first, but those games are turn-based RPGs. This is action-adventure where you're expected to attack and defend in real time. It's not like the NES can't handle better, and I just believe a game wherein all the difficulty comes not from the enemies or obstacles, but having to move around within a rudimentary grid, shouldn't be considered the paragon of a franchise having spent 30 years at the forefront of gaming's development, but I guess that's why I'm not a real journalist. So I'm just supposed to believe this old man waits in his cave for children so he can present them swords? Getting some serious stranger danger vibes.
And I have to say, as far as dialogue and character interactions go, it's rather lacking.
Show this to the old woman. Whoa, man, you can't go around saying stuff like that. Come on, it's 2016. Or, the 80s. I forget. The dungeons are all shaped like fun little doodads. This one looks like a lion's head. This one inspired racial conflict that led to a collapse of a decades-long sought aim for peaceful diplomacy in Europe, resulting in the deaths of over 60 million people. In the first one, you get a boomerang. In the second one, you get another boomerang. Clearly the creative juices were just a little spent by the time they were designing Dungeon Numero Duo, and they just decided after the unwavering genius that led to the idea of a fucking boomerang, they could pretty much just take the rest of the week off. And as for the bosses, we have a dragon, a dragon, a dragon, the same dragon as in the first dungeon. That's the boss as well, by the way, of 2 totally separate, unconnected dungeons. I guess they just hope no one would notice. I noticed.
I'ma expose you for it.
Someone called drama a lot. What really separates Zelda 1 from the lesser future games is that not only does it not tell you where its secrets and items are hidden, it won't even give you a hint. Can you really call methodically bombing every single rock and crevice without any hints a puzzle? Holy fuck, 84 on Metacritic. If you burn through 5 screens of bushes, you might find some rupees.
Maybe if you burn every bush down, you'll find some good game design.
Are people really so naive to think that developers made this game utterly incomprehensible for the sake of fun? Well, I guess that's possible. It's not like this game was developed by the same people producing the strategy guides required to get anywhere at all. Oh wait, that's exactly what happened. So to anyone who complains about gaming going to pot through the birth of pay-to-win designs through downloadable microtransactions, just remember that first-party Nintendo was pulling the exact same shit back in the 1980s.
So I apologize to any nostalgics out there. Video games are terrible and they always have been. Merry Christmas.
Whoa, nice graphics. I'd like to get my hands on that game.
Whoa, I betcha that sweaty cunt pays extra for his Ninty P fat material. Okay, but like I guess I should point out, to be fair, the game itself does give some help. Old men in caves do give their ultra valuable pointers like 10th enemy has the bomb, or Eyes of Skull has a secret. Bad translations? Never heard of the guy. People say the closest spiritual successor to Zelda 1 would be more Dark Souls than Skyward Sword. I say, that's not how you spell bad rats. Grumble, grumble. Ha! What an iconic exchange of dialogue, because it's in a game that people like, yet it's quirky for conveying none of the information it's supposed to, and gives no direction about this prescribed route through the dungeon, leaving you dazed and confused as you try and work out what in the actual hell you're supposed to do, which is apparently great game design because it allows the player the freedom to backtrack into finding whatever combination of items you try and use before eventually making it past this utterly arbitrary obstacle. Oh, what a joy. Fantastic game, this. Why is Skyward Sword the worst Zelda game again? Because fire reminds you to change the batteries every now and again? Oh, no, that's good. That's great. I love that. That's brilliant. I'm really glad we're judging these games by the same standards. That's just fantastic.
Can we drop the fantasy that this game is some sort of love letter to exploration and everything beautiful that once was, just because the franchise it created turned out to be quite good?
The Legend of Zelda is a clunky, poorly playing, archaic mess of whose most major design choices were made out of either laziness or an attempt to sell more copies of their strategy guide.
Our hero pulls through.
Zelda 1 was a mistake.
Thanks for watching. If you liked that video, click on another. Links above will be to others. Sorry for the lack of a Halloween upload, I almost had one, and then I didn't, so yeah. If you want to see more videos like this, tell me about it, babes, I need to know this stuff. Thank you for watching, and have a stellar afternoon.